Boom, we are live, ladies and gentlemen. I'm very excited again to be going over the Wyckoff phase analysis. Congratulations to all the Arcane Bear members who have been doing fantastic with their trades. This one simple methodology combined with a few other tactics makes for great yields in any market, and it gives you a real big heads up over the rest who are new to this space. So if you are new to investing, I highly suggest you watch the rest of this video, but let's just dive in, take a look so we can show you how quickly these pay off. So yesterday we made a post. We were seeing the breakout in the top box of the LPS retest. If you don't know what these are, again, join our private group. It'll become very obvious. If you don't have the capital to do so, you can do the research for free on the internet. Just look up Wyckoff phases and that's that. But the private group is extremely powerful because of how supportive the community is. So here we saw this test of the box, the top D, and then watch this. Bang. Up almost to our first profit line within 24 hours of posting this chart. And what's nice, guys, this is posted on August 12th. I can't edit these. I'm not allowed to edit them. So you can go back and you can look at all of my trades and you can see where they are. So let's use Algo as another example. Here we made our entry for August 8th in Algorand. We missed the bottom of the LPS here, but no big deal. Look at this. Right up and past and through our first targets. This is a very, very powerful way to trade, and inevitably learning how to become a good trader makes you a better investor. We have a bull market starting right now, so we could say it's kind of unfair because we're getting these consistent moves. So here we saw, and I actually ended up editing this one because the box was a little lower. I drew the ascending channel wrong here, but even still, this red line, this POC area is what we want to look for. This is where the entry was, this red line. And boom, there we go. My buys executed, and now we are already up around 12% on the day. Now, this again is so powerful. Ignore all the hype, ignore all the people, the top favorite 10 tokens. I don't care what these tokens are called. It doesn't make a difference to me. If we see these breakouts, let's look at another one that was finished its breakout recently. Yeah, here, one. We'll go over one again. Once you start to see these things, they work like magic. I didn't care. One could be called Smash Gurglabuga for all I care. It doesn't matter. What we know is that Harmony has been building this accumulation area for over a year, from July to July. And what that means is CompMan has taken the time to spend and accumulate at every area inside of this box. So we know that CompMan actually wants this to go a hell of a lot higher, because otherwise he wouldn't have built this campaign. So when I say CompMan, we're personifying the market as a single individual that has an infinite amount of time and an infinite amount of capital to run these campaigns. I don't. So what I look for is CompMan's footprint in the sand, and this is what it looks like, this phaseology. So here we saw, same thing, Harmony, took my entries right at the top of the box, and not as high, not to the first top target yet, but I do believe we'll get there in the next few weeks. There's a bunch that have done this. IOTX, another great example. We're a little early on this one too for our entries, but that's okay. And then boom, there we go. See, here's that final LPS test. This is what we took our entries here, but it came back and tested it one more time, just a bit higher. This is very bullish signal. IOTX will likely continue to break outside of this box following that multiple 100% gains. So again, guys, just try to ignore the hype of everything that's going on in the market. So let's take a look at Bitcoin right now. Matic, here we go again. Matic, just to go over this maybe one last time before I move on to Bitcoin. You have to draw all these out by hand, guys. So there's no like I can just drag and drop something on TradingView. This does take the energy of the artist in you, and trading is really much more of an art form than it is a science. So here again, I took our entries at around 180, 190, 120. I actually took a few entries as I started to become more confident about this trade as it closed above the POC line. And as we can see, we're probably going to go to the top of the channel on this next move, come back and test the top of the box the same way waves did. So here you can see our drawing of waves. Again, I can't edit what I was just showing you. Like, these are non-editable. If the trade fails, it's recorded like that, and there's nothing I can do about it, right? So here we go, trade recorded, It worked. Awesome. If it failed, it would be recorded. There's nothing I could do about it. So I'll go back to the live trade right here. I can edit these, so I can move this channel around. So here, see how we tested? I'll take the bear claw off too. Oh, by the way, guys, if you follow us on TradingView, we have a bunch of free indicators that we give away. The bear claw is one of them. It's just a stacked multi EMA. See this top LPS where we couldn't get into this box? That was a massively bullish signal, and within 24 hours, that's why I posted that, 78% gains. If you are new to trading, join the private bear den. No risk for you because it's $30 a month, and if you're not happy, if you can't find value out of it, we'll give you a refund, no questions asked. When you go to Arcane Bear, like the links are down below, when you sign up, it automatically tries to sign you up for a year. So I've seen a bunch of you guys just leave the carts behind. You can pay for just a month. It's only $30. The year we give a 30% discount. It's $290. But pay for the $30 and just sign up. You'll be so happy that you did, because it is not just me that makes the Arcane Bear what it is. It is a intelligent, compassionate group of people. I'm kind of like the bouncer. I'm like probably the least likable person in the den. Like I stand there guarding the door, you know, like I'll just robber to, right? So what's so powerful is that group think, because there are people from all around the world that are there to help when I'm asleep, right? So the Arcane Bear is really what I've tried to do, and what we've been doing is building a community that can bring more value to each other. And the reason why we charge is because it just makes sure you have skin in the game, right? If you need money to be able to play this game, so it's like an entrance fee. It means you're going to be more present, you're going to be more aware, you're going to be more focused and more communicative to help others and actually learn. When you put money on the table and you're like, I'm going to learn, it's going to cost me something, right? I've paid my tuition in failures for everything that I've learned, and through the Arcane Bear, we try to help through the group to remove that kind of initial tuition of losses, of chasing the hype, of buying into nonsense, and really give people the benefit of like multiple decades of trading between everyone that's in there, maybe even like hundreds of years of trade like potential between the hundreds of members that we have in there. So sign up. We're going to be raising the price in the new year, so you've got some time, but for now it's only $30 a month. It is nothing in comparison with the gains that are made during bull markets. Now look, I also want to go over the idea that everybody makes money in a bull market, but those who are good at trading make a ton more money than the retail investors who just buy anything and everything that's going up, right? Just like we saw with Matic here, getting in right at the bottom of this box, like you might not ever see Matic this low again. Again, not financial advice. Don't do anything I tell you to do. The group is designed to help empower you to make more educated, more well thought out campaign decisions so that you can be successful in the long-term portfolio that you are building. Okay, now let's go into Bitcoin and take a look here, because there's some things that are moving right now that I think are pretty important to watch for. Number one, there's a lot of buying support down here at around 9,900 and another big chunk here at around 9,200. We are closing below the 9-day moving average. Not a great sign, but as we zoom in here, we can see, first off, those of you who have been following for a long time, you'll know that anything above the 21-day moving average, especially on the log chart, I'm happy. A retest of this 21-day moving average and into 13,000, 14,000, very happy about that. A final retest of the 50 would also be a very healthy movement into a bull market. So I do suspect we will come down to 9,900, maybe even 9,200 on a wick, to really, really signify the start of a new bull market to everyone that's playing. So what does that mean in terms of a trade or in terms of building a portfolio? Again, see how we're coming down? We're just touching this 9-day moving average and maybe even going to break below it. Most of the sells and buys are still down here at 9,200, and we have a thin layer up here at 11,000. If we close above 11,800 and stay above this blue line, and on the volume profile here, you can see it's around 11,890, 895. It's probably rounded out to 11,900 exactly. If we close above this, we're going to run to 13,000, 14,000 very quickly, and then still likely going to test that $9,900, $10,500 area. If we can't close above the daily 9 here, that's going to signal to me that we're going to see a drop sooner rather than later. And either way, as long as we don't break below this at around 8,800, we are in a new bull market. And when these things get started, just like we're looking at with waves here, if you can get in on an early potential, like a breakout of the box of this, I'll show you what this looks like on the long-term gameplay. Let's use Zilliqa as an example. Okay, let's ignore all the growth that Zilliqa has had. Here we go. Boxes A, B, C, D, and E, right? Not drawn the best. Actually, could have drawn this better. Here is your spike in box C. Here is your LPS retest in box D, and the massive character change as well. So this would be your final LPS test, and look what happens once you go outside the box, guys. It's not just done. You might have multiple waves of massive growth, right? So this is why everybody is a genius in the bull market, is because there's a potential 5x gain here for Zilliqa outside of the box. Okay, so we look back, we look at what Waves is doing, right? We're like, okay, well, look, here's Waves inside of that year-long accumulation, and then the break, boom, first profit target hit. That's where I kind of exit part of my position and I de-risk my capital and I can move it into other areas. And then look at what we've got set up here. Okay, see this other red line? This is the next area of resistance. And then again, another one, Binance doesn't have it, but it's about here on the other chart, so you won't be able to see it. It's around average of 300%. So here we go, 60, 70, and then around, wow, 600. So this would probably be the breakout of wave 5. So what we're about to witness, guys, and I'm excited about this because we haven't got to use the Elliott wave theory in our mix for quite some time, is something like this. A long, like staggered out 4 and then a 5. So here we have a bull market in something like waves where we're going to see maybe a 10x gain, right? These markets are so illiquid and so tiny, a little bit of capital is going to shove these things up through the roof. But always remember, these come down, right? Let's imagine it like this. Let's say we're a year into the future, we've already gone up a 10x, right? Then this becomes a wave 1 and it comes back down and tests wave 2. Quite often around these areas of volume support, somewhere just around the top of wave 1 previously. So we could actually be seeing a much bigger move come out of these markets over the next 3 to 5 years. So I'm super excited. I hope you guys are doing well trading. If you're not, learn some of this stuff. It makes such a big difference to be well educated in the beginning of the market. So many YouTubers right now are going to be hype about everything. They're going to be like, my favorite top 10 picks. Who cares for the most part? When you see fundamentals and technicals like this on the screen, there are people that have an enormous amount more capital than you could even dream of. And this is why we see these phases. We don't see these phases because of small fish. We see these phases because of tens of millions of dollars moving into this market, building and accumulating and then growing. So you know what they can do? They can ramp the price up 1,000%. And then you're going to buy at the top as a retail trader if you don't know this game. And then they're going to dump on you 80%. And they'll be like, oh, hodl, it'll work out 10 years later. Don't do that. Learn how to take your profits, learn how to de-risk, learn how to make better entries, because look at waves, 63% since our entry in less than 24 hours is nothing to scoff at, and it comes with a well-educated, well-thought-out campaign and play, and just like that, bang. Don't even have to think about it, de-risk some of my capital, and then once it goes and I'm taking all of the money that I initially put in out, I walk away from that trade and I leave it. Because 5 years ago, if you had just left $1,000 in Digibyte, it'd be worth almost $1 million today. Give us a thumbs up if you like this content, ladies and gentlemen. If you're new to the Bear family, you can join our private newsletter in the links below, or you can join our free newsletter in the links below as well. Although because we're offering a no questions asked refund guarantee, why not just spend the $30 and see if it works for you? Like if I go over here, here we go. Look, here's Brian already at N20 up 26%. I have Matic now. Matic's going. Yay, he's so excited. Thank you, Algo. This is what happens when you can make a well thought out campaign and you can execute like the pros play. Anyways, thank you guys all for joining us today. I hope you are having fun out there in the markets. It is a wild, wild time. This is Teal with the Arcane Bear. Always be investing. ABI. Screw ABC. It's ABI. Always be investing. I wish you guys all the best of the luck, and we'll see you again on the next episode. Oh, wait, hold on. I'll give you my whole face. There it is. Oh, my God. You guys are so amazing. I love you. Thank you all for the support to the 50 or 60 new Bear members in the last 2 or 3 weeks. Good on you. You're learning and you're educating yourself and you're paying your tuition. by playing the game. I'll see you guys again on the other side. I'll give you my little logo outro thing here and go